Boom, 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 but not so hard today because, yeah, I'm a little bit sick. But welcome back to the Driverman channel, everybody. I'm Jose, aka Driverman. Um, just getting back to you with a new update on AB5 and things that are happening with that. Uber has decided to start a beta test of allowing some drivers in California to set their own rates. So they're beginning it small as far as where they're allowing it to happen. So in Northern California, it is happening in Sacramento, at the Sacramento airport, and here in Southern California, it is happening in Palm Springs and Santa Barbara only. So they said that the reason why they're having them in those cities is because they want to test out small cities first, before they release it to like bigger markets, because obviously, like, heaven forbid they release that right away in LA as a test, and people start making a lot more money as drivers and can actually do more than just pay their bills, at the risk of, oh my gosh, maybe some people will be like, oh, it's too high, and then just not use the service. Maybe they're afraid of that risk of not necessarily drivers making more money, but maybe a lot of customers saying, screw that, I'll take a Lyft, or that's as bad as a taxi, or I'll take the bus, or I don't know. I think a lot of people would still take it, but it's not my call. Uber will release it as they want to. But of course, this is in response to AB5. They're trying to give drivers more control than before. So because they're trying to avoid the ramifications of that new law. They've already been sued twice so far. Uber has been sued, 2 lawsuits so far this year, in regards to misclassifying drivers. So they are doing what they can to avoid having to deal with that. So this is one step, giving the drivers more control as a true independent contractor. At the moment, what the setting their own fares, it's in increments of 10% up from the normal Uber fare. So they can see that you can see as a driver your normal Uber fare, but then you can increase it by 10% all the way up to 5 times the Uber rate, which could end up being some really good money if somebody takes it. Because ultimately then it just comes down to kind of like a bidding war. The driver who's throwing out the cheapest offer is the one who's going to get a rider first, followed by the next highest and the next highest. But if demand increases and those drivers are all taken, and the passenger just wants to freaking get a ride, I just want to get the hell out of there, it's kind of high, but screw it, then somebody could make instead of a $30 trip taking somebody home, it could be a $90 trip if they are managed to get somebody to grab their bid of 3 times the price. Hey, how's that for a freaking good fare? But I guess we'll see how that really, it's a test right now. It's a tool they can use to set their rates, and hopefully they're enjoying it for the time being, and hopefully it will continue. Ultimately that's what a true independent contractor, freelancer, should be able to do, is not just choose the job, but also choose how much they charge for the job. Yeah, I should get to choose how much I want to charge this person, for the use of for the use of this certain amount of gas and putting this certain amount of miles on my car, because I have to subtract that. So that's a good thing. I hope that the results of it are good enough to where Uber continues it and then releases it in other markets. I'm hoping that it turns out to be a success, that drivers can charge a little bit more or a lot more, and still get customers willing to pay it if they want to. There's a lot of people who don't care. You know, they have, you know, a lot of money lying around, and they will, you know, pay those higher fares. Not everybody. Some people can only afford, you know, the current rates of like Uber and Lyft and whatnot. And they use it to commute to work. You know, there's somebody who maybe work at Target. They work at Walmart, you know, like a college student just working there part-time while they go to school. Yeah, they can't afford that. But then again, I mean, maybe this will only be at airports. But then again, that wouldn't be fair, because it's not only the people driving at the airport that are independent contractors that are having to pay for their own gas and mileage. It's, you know, everybody. It's all Uber drivers, period, regardless of where they go. So it should be released everywhere. But ultimately, you know, it could shy away some people. You know, I don't mean to take away the say that I would be a fan of taking away, you know, affordability for, you know, college students or things like that, or lower income people. But there was a day, you know, we all have to realize that Uber and Lyft didn't exist. How did you guys do it then? You know, you drove, you know. People managed to do it then, you know. People have been going to college and working at the same time. It's not easy, but they've been managing to do it for years, you know, years before Uber and Lyft. So if that, you know, if it gets to the point where it's too expensive, you know, Travis Kalanick or whoever, you know, whoever is the technician or the main people who invented Uber, whoever had the idea, they didn't have to create it, you know. Nobody made them do it. It was just something that somebody happened to invent, and it's convenient. It's a convenience. It's really just a convenience thing, like you know, like a 7-Eleven. You go to the 7-Eleven, and the beer is going to be more expensive there. You know, the top ramen or whatever, the food, the medicine you're going to buy, it's going to be more expensive there than if you go to Target or Walmart. It just happens to be closer. You know, it's right there. Okay, that's a lot easier. Convenience has a price, and that's the way it is. I see this as a good thing, so we'll see how it fares out as I learn more about whether they're going to release it in other markets. Of course, I will keep you updated as I learn more and more information. Pardon me. In the meantime, you know, everybody else will just keep on rocking the way that they're rocking right now. Okay, guys, well, I would keep going, but I don't really have much more to add on this. Not only I gotta, you know, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna, you know, head back in and drink some more tea with turmeric powder and maybe some lemon. I think I have some of those emergency things too, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna relax. I'll edit this video, of course, real quick. I'm going to rest, maybe take a nap. Now I'll probably just go to bed earlier tonight and try to get rid of this. So hope you guys are not sick and stay that way, and enjoy the rest of your lovely Wednesday, and are making good money regardless of what state you're in. All right, talk to you guys later.